All right, first graders, today is our one-day project, a silly one. We're going to be making a person catching snowflakes, all the way from the shirt to the scarf to the head. A little different perspective because this person's head is tipped far back. We don't even see their eyes. Their eyes are like way up on top. So to start this project, you are going to get all of your supplies from the spot Mrs. Cleary has them set out. It's going to include a large sheet for the face, some white for teeth, a shirt, a tongue, a mouth, a scarf, a neck, a nose, lots of papers. You're also going to need a large sheet to glue them all on. So I'm going to start with the head. The head shape, I am actually going to draw a really large oval. This oval is going to fill up my paper, and I'm going to cut it out. On top of that oval, I am going to need a black circle for the mouth. If you would like to draw it on, you can, or if you're feeling pretty good about cutting at this point, you can just trim out an entire circle. There's the mouth. That's got a little point on it. I'm going to round that off. Cool. And a tongue. This piece of paper is going to be really big. I'm actually going to use just part of it today. I'm going to cut it about in half, and I am going to round the corners off of that red piece. Just little tiny cuts. And that red tongue is just going to sit at the bottom of that black shape. I am going to leave the neck just like that. I don't need to do anything to the neck. I do need to cut the nose a little bit smaller. I'm going to round one side. I am going to round two corners of my colored shirt. These are just rounding the shoulders. Okay. The scarf. You can cut long and skinny. That way you have one part for the scarf, and I'm going to cut this part in half for the two tails. Okay, so long and skinny and then one part in half. I'm going to cut this white piece for some teeth. So maybe just a couple of tiny rectangles. My cuts are done. Now I'm ready to put it all together. So my video screen is pretty small today, but my blue paper is going to be my background. It is really tall right now on my table. It's vertical. I am going to start from the bottom up. So with a working glue bottle, I am going to glue the shirt on first. So I'm putting a little bit of glue all over. The reason I'm starting with the shirt is I want to make sure that that shirt touches the bottom of my paper so it doesn't look like my person is floating. Then I'm going to do the neck, and it's important that the neck tucks behind the shirt. It would look funny if it was on top of it. So I'm doing a little bit of overlapping. Now I'm ready for the head. I have some pencil lines right here. I'm actually gluing on that side so we don't see those. My head is also going to overlap my neck. And the nose is going to go at the top. So spacing this out, the nose is almost at the top of the paper. And my nose is going to overlap on top of my head. I'm not putting it underneath it. It's actually just going right on top. Now I'm ready for the mouth. So if you've ever caught snowflakes, your mouth is really big and open, and it's really close to the bottom where the neck is. Not on the neck. Up a little bit, there's some space of my head showing where my chin would be. The tongue. You can turn that tongue really tall. It could be down towards the bottom of your paper of that black circle. If you decided to put a couple of teeth, I'm going to add just two teeth. So those are my two white rectangles. There they are. The scarf, I'm going to add a scarf right here. So I'm gluing that long skinny piece right by my neck. And then the tails of the scarf can be on either side, and you can have them going up or down. The last thing I'm going to glue are the pieces of hair. So you can have as many as 8 pieces, or you can have just a couple. When you glue yarn, you want to have a pretty nice line of glue, and then the yarn is going to go right on top of there. I'm just tapping it. So if you've ever tipped your head back, your hair kind of goes straight out when you do that. So that's what my hair pieces are doing on this. I'm going to put 3 on each side. Again, you can have just 1 or 2. You can have as many as 8. Nice line of glue. I'm making sure that yarn is touching the head. There's not going to be a space right there. The last step is adding snowflakes. So Mrs. Cleary is going to show you the cool trick we have for the snowflakes up on her table. That will be your last step, and then your finished project is going to go into the drying rack.